This video is brought to you by MUBI, a curated streaming service showing exceptional films from around the globe. Get 3 months free at mubi.com/filmcompanion90. A character in a film runs out of the negative. RKAY/RKAY is the story of what happens when this happens. It's a terrific idea, but does it work? Let's find out. RKAY/RKAY is the brainchild of Rajat Kapoor, who I consider Hindi cinema's high priest of mischief and whimsy. Take his last 2 films. In Kadak, a couple hosts a Diwali party while a dead body lies folded into a trunk in their bedroom. Aankho Dekhi ends with the protagonist flying from a cliff like a bird, finally experiencing the freedom that he had dreamed about all his life. RKAY/RKAY is a hall of mirrors, starting with that title. It's a film about a director making a film. Rajat, who's written and directed it, also plays RK, who's written and directed the film being made within the film, and the film's leading man, Mahboob.
मैंने एक पिक्चर बनाई है। उसमें मैंने महबूब का रोल प्ले किया था।
मेरा नसीब 15/5, टेक 2
एंड एक्शन।
तुम्हें कुछ हो गया तो?
मेरा नसीब मेरी मुट्ठी में।
Okay, cut it.
The line between reality, fiction, and fiction within the fiction is fluid, constantly shifting and porous, literally. The double role has been a staple of Indian cinema for decades, but I've never seen it used like this. The film that RK is making is a sort of tribute to the 60s. Ranvir Shorey plays an actor named Ranvir who's playing a villain named K.N. Singh, obviously inspired from the iconic villain of that time. The heroine Neha, played by Mallika Sherawat, is this diva from hell, the sort who shows up on a set at noon for a 9 a.m. shot. In a hilarious sequence, we see an assistant director kneeling out of frame, giving her cues. And still, RK manages to wrap shoot in 36 days, but he's plagued by doubt and insecurity. And then Mahboob disappears.
सर यहाँ पे ना इमरजेंसी हो गई इसलिए आपको फोन किया सर एक्चुअली महबूब नहीं है
महबूब नहीं है मतलब कहाँ नहीं है
सर महबूब ना पिक्चर में नहीं है सर
महबूब पिक्चर में नहीं है तू गांजा पिया क्या
This is Rajat's masterstroke. RK/RK evolves from an insider's comic take on making movies to a larger meditation on the relationship between a creator and his creation, between destiny and free will, the beauty and the angst of movie making, and the question of authorship. Do directors make films, or do characters eventually acquire a life of their own? Mahboob's signature dialogue is, "Meri kismat meri muthi mein hai." But Rajat doesn't let this become ponderous. There's a vein of absurdist humor running through the film. There's also Manu Rishi playing Goyal Saab, a builder who relies on whiskey to get him through the many challenges of financing a film. RK/RK runs for an efficient 1 hour 35 minutes, which is as long as this conceit can be stretched. Incredibly, the film was funded by crowdsourcing. Some 800 people, including director Sharat Kataria and actor-director Vinay Pathak, contributed between 100 and 50,000 rupees to make it. The budget has impacted the scale, but not the look. Production designer Meenal Agarwal has created a distinct aesthetic. National award-winning DOP Rafe Mahmood, who has shot all of Rajat's films, also lends a hand. The film is beautifully lit with frames bathed in diffused amber hues, especially the indoor scenes of the film that RK is making. Mallika is well cast as both Neha and Mahboob's love Gulabo. She's suitably shrill as the fumbling actor, but also pines for Mahboob with exactly the right touch of melodrama. The heavy lifting, of course, is being done by Rajat, both behind and in front of the camera.
किसी के साथ दुश्मनी या कि आपका किसी के ऊपर शक?
वो भाग गया है उसका अपहरण नहीं हुआ है घोड़े साहब
But पापा, you wrote him. आपको ही पता होगा कि महबूब कहाँ गया है. Think, पापा.
Mahboob is a more charming, less curdled version of RK. There's a hint of sadness in a storyteller being able to create a fictional character who's so much more affectionate and charismatic than he is. Despite being surrounded by his film crew and his family, RK is lonely and rarely at peace, while Mahboob is every inch the dashing star. There's a tenderness in Rajat's rendition of the 2 characters, an affection which roots this fantastical plot in real emotion. Sagar Desai's music enhances the surreal in the story. In the last half hour, RK/RK does wear a little thin, but mostly this charming, modest film delivers on its big ambitions. Would I recommend it to a friend? Absolutely. Now to tell you a bit more about MUBI. Every day, MUBI premieres a new film. From brand new work by emerging filmmakers to modern masterpieces from today's greatest icons, there is always something new to discover. With MUBI, each and every film is hand-selected. It's like your own personal film festival, streaming anytime, anywhere. Try MUBI free for 90 days at mubi.com/filmcompanion90. That's mubi.com/filmcompanion90 for 3 months of great cinema for free. This week, I highly recommend you check out Masan by Neeraj Ghewan, which is streaming now on MUBI. Masan, which means crematorium, is a haunting multiple narrative film about bruised and broken lives set against a backdrop that is 5,000 years old, the city of Varanasi. The film features 2 remarkable debuts, director Neeraj Ghewan and actor Vicky Kaushal. Masan is a tapestry of love, loss, death, burnished by a remarkable soundtrack by Indian Ocean. It won 2 awards at the Cannes Film Festival in 2015. You can watch the film on MUBI.